Hi guys! Today's recipe is a Chinese Korean noodle dish. It's called Jajangmyeon. This is a very popular noodle dish in Korea, especially among the kids because it is not spicy. Before the Korean fried chicken craze, this dish perhaps was the #1 delivery food in Korea. Jajangmyeon was created by Chinese immigrants. Those immigrants brought the black paste called chunjang from their home. One thing I learned recently is that the black paste is made out of wheat flour. Yes, it does have some beans, but mainly it is a fermented wheat flour paste. I am following this famous Chinese Korean chef on YouTube. He said that Chinese cooking is all about mise en place. Once you put things on fire, it happens so fast. You have to have everything ready. I will talk about the ingredients as I go. Just a rough chop about that size. Jajangmyeon is really about onions. So we're going to need a lot of onions. Exactly. Korean squash. So it's like zucchini. I don't usually cut them out, but this has so much seed. I'm going to cut it. That. And about this dish, yes, there are many variations. For this classic one, some people do add cabbage or potato. Just letting you know if you're not familiar with this dish. But we'll just keep it simple and just do the onion and then the Korean squash. We need 1/4 teaspoonful of like minced ginger, large and medium and small. So we need 2 medium garlic cloves minced. Pork. You can use beef if you want, but classic dish, it has pork. I'm going to cut it like a bite size, kind of like on the strip side because it's a noodle dish. So when you cut meat, just like the noodle, it's good. Try to cut against the grain. Can you see the grain here? So I'm going to cut it against the grain this way. We try to minimize the funky smell that pork has by blotting off the blood. 2 teaspoons cheong-ju. Cheong-ju is a Korean rice wine. 2 teaspoons soy sauce. Pre-season this. The pan is being heated on high heat. The whole recipe uses 3 tablespoons of neutral flavored vegetable oil. We're going to add gradually. Add just a little bit more. It is hot. Oil is shimmering. Add pork. So when the pork is halfway cooked, we're going to add the aromatics, garlic and ginger. So now the meat is cooked well done. So the oil, pour in all the oil. Yeah, you're gonna say, oh, that's crazy. What is she doing? This is the black paste. And then we're going to fry the chunjang in oil like this. Reduce the heat to medium. So in the old days, the chunjang was not fried, so it was fresh. People said that, you know, it's tastier if you fry the paste. So now the manufacturers want to do the work for us. Now all the chunjang that you find in the market are pre-fried. I don't know how much they fried, so I like to fry it like the old days. And then great thing about frying chunjang this way, the pan is pre-treated with oil because we cooked the meat. So chunjang would not stick or burn to the pan. If you use a clean pan or pot, sometimes they can stick to the pot and start to burn. So, fry like this on medium heat 5 minutes. See how the paste is not sticking to the pan. And then you might think, oh, that's a lot of oil, but jajangmyeon is a dish that does have good amount of oil, but it's only 1 tablespoon and a half tablespoons per serving. I think it's been about 5 minutes, and then the chunjang is well fried. So what I'm gonna do is, you could see the oil, right? Okay, I'm going to actually pour this oil out now. And there's still enough oil in the pan. Cook the onions. So why did I have to take out the oil if I'm going to use it all up? If I just leave the oil, the onion might just soak up all the oil before it's even cooked. That's why. So now the heat is on high. I see the pan is kind of getting dry. I've been cooking this for about 3 minutes, so I'm going to pour in more oil. And then at this point, I'm going to add Korean squash. You know how it looks different when you add the green squash? It's a little nice touch. I've seen some people add carrots for extra color, but jajangmyeon really is not a colorful food. Like, even if you skip the green, just the onions only, I actually like it better than adding carrots or maybe bell pepper for all the colors. I'm going to see how the pan is dry, so I'm going to pour in the rest of the oil. Still on high heat. You cook the onion about 60-70%, not too soft. Cook the onions by itself for about 5 minutes, and then add zucchini, and then cook for about 2 minutes or so, and then add 1 cup of chicken stock. Mine is homemade. If you use the one from the can or carton, please use no sodium or low sodium. And I'm going to scrape off the black paste off the wall. So now after we add the stock, the color changed to nice dark brown. I have to season the stock. 1 teaspoon oyster sauce. You know, in the old days, we didn't make jajangmyeon with the oyster sauce, and now it's like part of the jajangmyeon recipe. If you don't put oyster sauce, then you're not doing it right. And 1 teaspoon sugar. Mix that. I don't know when oyster sauce really became popular in Korea, so now they seem to add oyster sauce to everything. I will use it sparingly, not for everything. And then let it boil for about 2 minutes. Optional ingredients: sesame seed oil, MSG, sea salt. Before you add those optional ingredients, what we need is slurry. This is 2 teaspoons potato starch. I'm going to add 4 teaspoons water. So that's 1, 4. Then mix the slurry really well. So let's take a look at it. The soup part. It's very tasty, guys. So it's ready to add in the slurry. It's going to thicken the sauce. Add a little at a time and stir and see how much more you need. Now it's thickening. I actually turned off the heat. Slurry can thicken on the residual heat. I'm going to add the optional items: salt, MSG, sesame seed oil. Stir. I'm going to grab zucchini and the onion and the meat along with the sauce. Give it a taste. It's tasty. So let's cook the noodle now. I'm making cucumber julienne. This will be used as a garnish. That will go on top of the jajangmyeon. I already have raw onion slices, black wheat flour paste. So people dip the sauce. It is a classic condiment that comes with jajangmyeon, along with the yellow pickled radish. Here in LA, they don't give this. They give you cabbage kimchi instead, but in Korea they do give you pickled radish. Okay, I think that's good. And then water is boiling. I want to show you the noodle. This is a fresh noodle. You can find it in a refrigerated section. It comes in a plastic package like this. It looks like that. So that's a lot of noodles if it is just one person household. So what your other option is, you can go for the dry noodle like this. You see how flat that noodle is? They keep in your pantry for a very long time. Let me read the package if the noodle has salt added. Yeah, the noodle has a good amount of salt, unlike pasta. So I'm going to just cook the noodle in plain water. Stir the noodle so it doesn't stick, and then let it boil. What you should have on the side is this might overflow. When you think that it's going to overflow, you're gonna add a little bit of cold water. So have cold water ready. After the noodle is cooked, we're going to rinse the noodle in cold water. Here's my cold water on the side as well. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of water. So now it's quiet. Package direction says to boil this noodle for 5 to 6 minutes, but you need to grab one strand and taste. It's not cooked yet, still it does need more time. That is the thing about people who are learning how to cook. For beginners, they do follow the directions, recipes, instructions, package directions exactly, but sometimes they don't work. But don't panic or don't be disappointed. You just have to keep on trying, and the best teacher is always the mistake. Half of my cooking knowledge is from the mistakes that I've made and all the fails that I had. So you just have to keep on trying. So I can tell that this is ready now. It's just the noodles became a little fatter and then just looked really soft. I'm going to turn off the heat. I don't want this to cook anymore. So I added the remaining water. Rinse this in this cold water. Yeah, so unlike pasta, all the Korean noodles, after we cook the noodles, we always rinse in a very cold water. We do go through this step, rinse out all the starch. Doing this gives you that really chewy noodle texture. They call it tangle. That's how they describe it. When you hear that word tangle. So when you hear that, you just know how bouncy and chewy the noodle is. Let me give it a taste. If it's tangled. Yes, it is. So you know what we have to do now? I saved this water. Jajangmyeon is served hot. So this noodle is cold right now. So if you add jajangmyeon sauce to this, then it's going to change the temperature. What we do is we're going to dip this noodle back in the hot water to bring up the temperature. Ideally, let's say maybe you're cooking for a guest, you need to give it the best. Then you will have clean boiling water on the side for final dip, not this already cooked starchy water. But still, this is okay. So here's my colander, and the noodle is hot again. I think it was year 2008. YouTube wasn't as popular as it is now. I was talking to this girl at work. We were talking about jajangmyeon, this dish, that how I cook jajangmyeon at home. And then she didn't believe me. She didn't think it was possible to cook jajangmyeon. It's like, no way. She even called me a liar. Hey, you liar. No. I don't know where she is now, but I'm sure now, she's watching YouTube also. And then she knows that it is possible. It's not that complicated to cook jajangmyeon at home. I'm going to heat up the sauce. Okay, so guys, I want to show you that we have this much left. That's the other half. Cucumber slices. Comes with like that. You see how simple it was to make this delicious Korean Chinese, the most popular noodle dish. I hope you give it a try. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video and share the video. Bye bye.